Eventually.
This is WeatherScope.
It's going to be windy and rainy for parts of the Mid-Atlantic and New England. Good evening. Welcome to WeatherScope. I'm Paul Emick. For all the details on the big system responsible for all this mess, let's join Warren Madden. He's standing by in the forecast center. Warren?
Thanks, Paul. This is the latest in a series of nor'easters that's been moving up the East Coast over the past couple of weeks, and it has brought some heavy rainfall into the area around the nation's capital and then reaching up into Pennsylvania, the Susquehanna River Valley, and then over in toward the Pittsburgh area. The reason why we're seeing the storm causing the problems, it's centered right now here off right around the Delmarva Peninsula. Winds coming in from the east into Pennsylvania around our storm system, and we have a big upper level storm system just sitting and spinning here right over, centered over North Carolina. But look at the moisture flow coming in off the Atlantic, coming in over right around Delaware, and then moving in toward Pennsylvania. Our second moisture stream coming right up north and clipping Cape Cod. We'll look at both of those. Let's start off in Pennsylvania, though. Still some very heavy rain going on here across central Pennsylvania, reaching on out toward western Pennsylvania around Pittsburgh. Johnstown was reporting heavy rain not too long ago. We've had some flooding out there. In fact, in Indiana County near Kramer, Route 403 northbound lane has been flooded out. That is to the northwest of Johnstown. We're also seeing the rain coming up out of the Atlantic heading over Washington, D.C., and especially in toward Baltimore. Now, I want you to notice New York City. No rain right now. However, we are seeing some light rain across Long Island and some very gusty winds out of the northeast. West Hampton reporting wind gusts up to 46 miles an hour. We're also seeing a little bit of light rain going on right now across southeastern Massachusetts, and the wind is kicking up some waves as well. Let's take a look at some scenes from earlier today, what was happening as far as waves pounding onto the shore in Scituate, Massachusetts. It's about 30 miles south of Boston, actually not too far from where I grew up. And the waves coming on shore a little bit. We may see a little bit of beach erosion here, especially as the waves pick up later on as the storm moves farther northward. Standing by in Chatham, Massachusetts, at the elbow of Cape Cod is the crew that took the pictures that you just saw. Our very own Jim Cantori standing by to tell us what's happening right now in southeastern Massachusetts. Jim.
Warren, you mentioned that series of nor'easters. Well, this is the latest in the series, and actually this one appears like it'll be rather long-lived. We're just in the earliest stages of the wind and the rain right now. We've been dealing with some light rain here at the fishing pier, which is where we're at. You can even see behind me some of the fishing vessels, some of the smaller crafts that have just kind of bared down to deal with the storm. They brought in all their lobster traps and whatnot. And typically, when you start getting these storms that line up, that's kind of a signal to a lot of the fishermen here that, hey, maybe that's it for the season, and a lot of them just kind of pack it in. All in all, we are continuing to deal with a lot of light rain, winds occasionally at gale force. And what we mean by gale force, folks, is winds that are 39 to 54 miles per hour. And we have seen winds like that, but they have seemed to have stayed a little on the less than 39 miles an hour in the last several hours. But occasional spats of light rain, and really not the brunt of this storm. Nothing like what we had last weekend, that's for sure. And I think the worst is yet to come. That's what my New England weather sense gives me. And Warren, I knew you grew up in New England as well, and sometimes you just need to be up here and out in the weather, and you can almost kind of feel what's coming.
That's very true. We've seen many a nor'easter in our times, and it looks like the next one is coming your way. Stay with us. We'll be back with you in about a half an hour, Jim. We do have more coming for you in the next half hour. Gale warnings in effect here from Eastport, Maine, all the way down to Fenwick Island, Delaware. We've been seeing wind gusts close to 40 miles an hour in many locations along Long Island, heading in toward Otis Air Reserve Base in southeastern Massachusetts. Stay tuned with us, and if you'd like more information on the storm, I invite you to check out our website at weather.com. Now let's get the latest on the forecast for the rest of the nation. Here's Paul Emick.
All right, thanks a lot, Warren. Turning the attention to the rest of the country, high pressure. I gave you pretty much a lot of sunshine across the southwest and warm temps, while the Pacific Northwest saw a bit of rain off and on. Let's check the current conditions. Here's what's happening in the west right now. See that frontal boundary? Long enough, a few showers that kind of popped up from time to time. A little bit drier along the immediate Pacific Northwest as well, but still warm in the southwest. We'll discuss all the warmth in a minute. Let's talk about the remaining wet weather. Here we go. Some showers around Spokane at times, also parts of northern Idaho. Even an occasional shower or two still remains in parts of Oregon. Fairly dry around Portland and Troutdale tonight. Seattle and Everett, a little better night on the town with the temperatures okay and things a little drier. That's the important part of that. Showers too in parts of Montana. Look at this bit of cold air and some snow, of course, drifting out of here. Cold air there. Cold air. Way up in the upper air where it makes a difference. That's why we're seeing some snow showers. In addition, a bit of rain too, not too far from Elko, Nevada. The rain, a lot of snow, and the wind. That's another big thing. In addition to the wind that Warren spoke of just mere moments ago, all this right here, big batch of windy conditions. Not real strong, but yeah, it could be problematic, especially in a high-profile vehicle you're driving along. You've already got some slippery stuff on the road if you have some snow or some water. So this kind of adds insult to the injury there. Even around Denver, Aurora, Littleton tonight, looks like could be seeing windy conditions. You notice most of this on the lee side of the mountain ranges that run through here. How about the temps right now? Okay, looking pretty good. Tonight in LA, 64 along Sunset Boulevard, 71 in Vegas, 49 for Boise, 52 in Portland.